All right, let's talk about a massive economic shift that's been happening in the Asia-Pacific region. We're going to dig into how decades of change have led to this incredible surge in business deals, and, more importantly, what the dawn of AI means for the future. So yeah, let's unpack this amazing story.
So just to give you an idea of the scale we're dealing with, let me just throw this number at you. $1 trillion. That's the value of mergers and acquisitions in the Asia-Pacific region back in 2021. I mean, it was an absolutely historic peak that made the entire world sit up and take notice.
So, you got to ask the big questions, right? How on earth did we get to that trillion-dollar high point? And maybe the even bigger question is, where do we go from here? We're going to break this all down into three parts to get to the bottom of it. First, the foundations, then the modern cycle, and finally, what's coming next.
You know, to really get a handle on the boom we saw in the 2020s, we have to rewind the clock a bit. This story didn't just pop up in 2021. Nope, it was built over decades of recovery, strategy, and just plain hard work.
What's so fascinating here is how you can see crisis turning into opportunity. I mean, the 1997 Asian financial crisis was brutal, but it forced this huge wave of consolidation. Basically, weaker companies got bought up, and that created much stronger, more resilient businesses that were ready to compete globally. Then you fast forward to the mid-2010s, and you see these giant deals like the CITC merger, which showed the region wasn't just recovering, it was building titans. All of that set a new, stable baseline right before the pandemic, really cementing Asia's spot as a major global player.
And all that groundwork, well, it set the stage perfectly for the modern era, a time of unbelievable highs, a dip that kind of everyone saw coming, and then a recovery that's been surprisingly powerful.
And boom, that brings us back to 2021 and that trillion-dollar peak. This wasn't just a little bump. Activity shot up by a staggering 50% compared to 2020. This rocket visual just nails it. It was a straight-up economic explosion that shattered every single record.
Of course, what goes up that fast often has to come down a bit, and we definitely saw that dip in 2023 and early 2024. But here's the key part: the rebound. The market didn't just hit the brakes, it bounced back, with deal values climbing 21%, mostly powered by a ton of activity in Greater China and Japan.
This chart tells that story of resilience perfectly. You can see the insane peak in 2021. The drop down to $681 billion in 2024, but then look at that projected rebound to $825 billion for 2025. And this isn't just wishful thinking. It's a recovery that's built on those solid foundations we were just talking about.
And if you want the cold, hard proof, here are the numbers. In 2024, which was supposed to be a down year, the region still saw 6 mega deals worth over $10 billion each, plus a massive $470 billion in deals happened within the region itself. That shows some serious internal market confidence. So, yeah, the rebound is happening. But there's an even bigger story just getting started.
But you know what? This recovery story might not even be the most exciting part. Now we get to look at the future, which is being shaped by one of the most powerful forces we've ever seen in technology.
The next great economic engine is here, and its name is artificial intelligence. Think about how the internet totally reshaped the 2000s. Well, AI is poised to do the same thing, completely redefining the business world and kicking off a huge new wave of investment and innovation that people are calling the AI supercycle.
So, what exactly is an AI supercycle? Well, to put it simply, it's this long-term period where AI doesn't just create a new tech sector, it fundamentally transforms every sector. We're talking finance, manufacturing, you name it. And all that transformation leads to massive economic growth. And look, this isn't some far-off, futuristic prediction. We are at that turning point right now, and the numbers are already backing it up.
And the proof? How about a number like this? $68 billion. That's how much high-tech deals were worth in just the first quarter of 2026 alone.
So that $68 billion figure isn't just big, it's historic. It is the highest first-quarter total for high-tech deals since 1980. We haven't seen a start to the year this strong in over 4 decades. The AI supercycle isn't on its way, it's already here.
Which brings us to our final thought. We saw the region hit that trillion-dollar mark back in 2021, mostly driven by that post-pandemic surge. But now, with AI fueling a tech boom of historic proportions, the question isn't if the Asia-Pacific region will have another trillion-dollar year, but when. Thanks for watching.